Oh boy, I'm actually back with Fate Stay Nights. I know Fate Grand Order is kind of consuming my channel, considering I decided to go to a daily upload schedule with it, which I'm sure will have absolutely no negative consequences whatsoever and will provide absolutely no spoilers whatsoever at all. The like the identity of Saber, who I totally did not gamble for yesterday. Sorry. I feel the warm glow of the sun. I wake up, my head hazy to the sensation of cold air on my cheek. Must be a draft. I'm in the shed. I get up and shake my head 3 times in an effort to wake myself. Oh right, I just fell asleep like this. After my nightly routine training to fortify my senses, I must have been too lazy to go back to my room. From how light it is, it must be just before 6. Crap, I need to get breakfast ready. Oh god, I'm having visions. Last Fate Stay Night episode was 40 minutes of me was like 40 minutes of just it was like 20 minutes of food and 20 minutes of a tour, and I was like, god. I fold my blanket up. Maybe if I move my I've been having an issue is that I seem to be drowned out by the audio of the game, most of the game, so I'm gonna move my mic closer to my mouth like that in order for me to be louder. Anyway, I fold my blanket up, pick up all the broken shards from my failed strengthening attempts last night, and head back to the house to wash my face. And you run into a Seba. Cold. The moment I step outside the shed, I realize just how chilly it is. Yeah, it's February. It's 6 a.m. in February. Miyama is typically warm even in the winter, but the temps here on the mountainside still get chilly. Well, yeah, because you're at a higher elevation. And I wash my face with ice cold tap water, which finally gets my night going. Alright. I'm completely awake now. Once my mind's woken up, all the things I'd rather not be thinking about, like my card situation, come rushing back. Alright, I don't have time to play around washing my face. The time is 5:55. There's a ton to do, but first I need to head back to my room and check on Saber. I did leave my room without telling her. I should at least explain myself. I won't want to upset Saber. I wonder who that is. Going to the shed in the middle of the night is a ritual for me, so I'm sure she'll understand as long as I explain myself. Once I talk to Saber, then I should start making breakfast. Tasaka said she doesn't eat breakfast, so I just need to make extra for Saber. Oh, I should go buy more ingredients now that I'll be cooking for more people. I should write that down before I forget. I have this nagging feeling I'm forgetting something really important. Oh crap, it's already 6. I need to hurry. I won't make it. Well, if I can't remember what it is, it's literally just the meme from 2.5 Men. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Well, if you probably forgot, it probably wasn't important. Yeah, you're right. There's a picture of Jake out in the rain. Oh, if you didn't hear me drinking. Good. I slowly opened the door. The room is just as I left it. There's no sign of Saber waking up in the middle of the night searching my room. It doesn't seem like she noticed I snuck out. That's a letdown. I thought Saber would have noticed. Unless she was just in that deep of a sleep because she requires a lot of rest. Oh right, maybe that's what she meant when she said she needs to sleep off. And she's sleeping as close to me as possible so she can rush right over if something does happen. Whatever the case is, it shouldn't make much of a difference as long as I'm in the compound. The bounded field would detect any enemy intruders. I should be able to defend myself for at least a moment, which should give Saber enough time to get to me. Yeah, and the shed has plenty of places for me to hide. That fat lot, good that did you 2 days ago. Anyway, I don't think I'll get scolded for what I did last night. I thought I should explain myself to Saber, but that doesn't seem to be necessary now. Besides, I'd hate to wake her up if she's still sleeping. Saber, I'm gonna go prepare breakfast. I'll make some for you too, but you don't need to get up if you're still sleeping. I'll come back, so keep resting if you need to. After speaking softly to her, I head out of my room as quietly as I can. There's nobody in the living room. I open the refrigerator and plan out what I can make for breakfast, and then...
おはよう。朝早いのね、あんた。
I think I've made that face at multiple people in my life, just like, why? Tasaka walks in, looking obviously cranky. Tasaka, what are you doing? What's going on? Did something happen?
別に。朝はいつもこんなだから気にしないで。
Tasaka staggers through the living room like a drunken ghost. Are you okay? Your eyes don't look right.
だから気にしないでって言ってるでしょ。顔でも洗えば目が覚めるわ。ここからだとどう行くんだっけ？脱衣所って。
Not letting good that exploration, did you? Take that hallway. If we're gonna wash your face, there's a washroom in the hallway near the entrance.
ああ、そういえばあったわね、そんなのが。
I don't know how much she heard, but Tasaka just waves a hand and walks away. And then, the doorbell rings, announcing a guest's arrival.
シロー、誰か来たけど。
I hear Tasaka's voice from the hallway. Oh, don't worry about it. The only people who ever come at this hour are family. It's gotta be Sakura. She has a spare key. You don't know how true that family comment is. Shiro, you really don't know how true that family comment is. Go watch page 0. She has a spare key, so I don't need to go to the door. Honestly, I keep telling Sakura she doesn't need to ring the bell. Sakura's like family, so she can just come in without bothering about the doorbell. But she's always polite enough to ring the doorbell to let me know she's here. I think that's one of the good things about Sakura. But one of these days, she's gonna wear herself out from politeness. Hold on. Sakura's here. Crap! Shit! I run through the hallway. Being angry at my own stupidity is going to have to wait. And then you'll forget. Right now I need to rush to the entrance and send Sakura home before she runs into Saki. But it's too late. At the entrance is these two. These two goobers. Saka's greeting the guest even though I didn't ask her to, and Sakura looks surprised. Sakura stands at the entrance and Tasaka's in the hallway. The two of them are staring at each other, the air growing tense.
おはよう、マトさん。こんなところで顔を合わせるなんて意外だった？
Tasaka looms in the doorway, appearing to look down at Sakura.
先輩。
Sakura's utterly bewildered. She looks up at Tasaka, fear in her eyes. This is bad. I can't manage to get her. It just reminds me of the female heist movie bit that John Mulaney did. It's like you can try and. Here's here we are. The two of them ignore me as they continue to stare at each other. There's no room for me to butt in here. The only thing I can do right now is try and think how to explain the situation to Sakura, but before I can come up with a good excuse.
先輩。これはどういう。
Sakura looks over at me, almost begging for help. Yeah, it's kind of a long story.
長くならないわよ。単に私がここに下宿することになっただけだもの。
Tasaka's response is extraordinarily blunt. She just cuts me off and gets right to the point.
先輩、本当なんですか？
The short answer is yes. Things happened and now Tasaka's going to be staying here for a while. Sorry for not telling you earlier, and sorry you got blindsided first thing in the morning.
謝らないでください、先輩。確かに驚きましたけど、そんなのはいいんです。それより今の話、
Now, let me check
本
something.
当に。
Why do I have 2 cookie clickers on my phone? What the hell is Duolingo doing?
Eh, これは私とシローで決めたことよ。家主であるシローが同意したんだから、もう決定事項なの。
Alright. This one will probably be on the shorter side. Because I have to leave for work in an hour. That's right, this is... Oh,
こ
sorry.
の意味、わかるでしょ、マトさん。
Wait a
わ
second.
かるって何かですか？今までシローの世話をしていたみたいだけど、しばらくは必要ないってことよ。
Fuck you.
来られても
Fuck
迷
you,
惑だ
bitch.
し、来ない方があなたのためだし。
Sakura looks down and falls silent after a chilling silence.
わかりません。 はい？
Baby is desolate. Cat 5 minutes after treats.
私には遠坂先輩のおっしゃることがわからないと言いました。
Yet. Sorry.
ちょっとさくら、あんた。お邪魔します先輩。
Money.
お台所お借りしますね。
Sakura bows to me, walks now. She heads towards the living room, heading right past Tasaka and flatly ignoring her. Tasaka just stands there, aghast, barghast, stands there, barghast. I'm no different. I've never seen Sakura act like that, and I don't know what to say. Well, that comes as a surprise, but it isn't the only one. Ooh, the first hints of her yandere-ness. You see Sakura as a yandere, and Rin is a tsundere, and also there's also Seba, who is totally not anybody important whatsoever. It's Saki, how did you know Sakura always comes to my house? I never told you she came by to help me out with the housework.
ああ、それなら前にちょっと小耳に挟んだだけよ。ただの偶然。それより驚いたわ。あの子、ここじゃあんなに元気なの？学校とじゃ大違いじゃない。
Tasaka must be really surprised given how annoyed she sounds, which means Tasaka knows Sakura pretty well at school. Sakura seems to know Tasaka too, and the two of them appear to have a good senior and underclassmen relationship I was unaware of. But that aside, actually I'm surprised too. I've never seen Sakura so snappy before. Sakura's no different here than when she's at school. I'd say what we just saw is out of the ordinary.
そうなんだ。まずったわね。さくらがあんなに意固地だとは知らなかったわ。こうなるんならシロの口から説明させればよかった。
Obviously, compared to Saka's merciless explanation, I would have handled that a lot better. But what's done is done. And what do you mean this is bad?
そりゃまずいでしょう。これからこの家は戦場になるかもしれないのよ。だから私たち以外の人間を寄せつけないようにってさくらをたしなめたのに、あれじゃあ逆に追い出すのが難しくなったじゃない。
That was you being harsh? I thought you were just bullying her.
そこ、なんかつまんないこと言った？今。
I was just being honest, but what should we do about Sakura? At this point, she's not going to leave easily.
そんなのなんとかするしかないでしょう。で、さくらが来るのは朝だけ？それとも夕食もこき使ってるの？
Stop trying to make it sound bad. Yes, she comes every morning, but not as often for dinner.
そう。それじゃあこれからは毎日になりそうね。
But every night, for what? As I tilt my head in confusion, Tasaka sighs in disbelief. Soon after, Tasaka remains in the living room while Sakura begins preparing breakfast in silence. I was a little worried about leaving Tasaka and Sakura alone in the same room, but I'm not stupid enough to forget about Saber. It seems like Sakura's mad about Tasaka being here, so things will just get worse as Saber comes out too. Which is why I decided to explain the situation to Saber. So there you have it. Sakura, the girl who's here is named Sakura, but she's an ordinary girl, not a mage or anything. So we can't have her getting dragged into Holy Grail, or if possible, I'd like her to stay away from the house for a while without ever knowing why. What the hell? I didn't come here to consult her on how to get Sakura away from here. Anyway, Sakura's acting real strange this morning. Sakura's the reason I don't want to upset her even more. You see, Sakura's surprised because some strange is here, so she'll get even angry if she sees you here. Am I being rude or something, Saber?
いいえ。シロの言いたいことはわかります。つまり、私はここで待機していればいいのですね。
Yeah, I'd really appreciate that. I'll come back for you right after I see Sakura off so you can eat breakfast then. Saber nods quietly. I'm so glad Saber's so understanding. Okay. I'm worried about what's happening in the living room, so I should hurry back.
シロ。
What's up, Saber?
はい。そのようなことを私に説明する必要はありませんが、もう少し落ち着くべきです。先ほどからシロの言動は破綻しているかと。
I wonder who this could be. It's not like I just rolled for her. It's in the grand order. No, I just... Alright, I'm just gonna completely fucking dispel with that mystery. Well, nah, actually. Am I panicked?
とても今に戻るのでしたらその前に気を落ち着けることです
Saber's advice is given in her usual tone. And breakfast begins as usual, like nothing happened.
どうぞ先輩。遠坂先輩もいかがですか？
Sakura hands me my bowl of rice. She's acting like her usual self. I don't know what happened while I was gone, but the tension between the two seems to have dissipated, at least on the surface.
じゃあお言葉に甘えて。
Tasaka hesitates a little before accepting her rice bowl. Sakura smiles as she puts bowls of miso soup, egg omelet, and other dishes on the table. Tasaka watches the table filling up, looking utterly flummoxed. Tasaka, I thought you didn't eat breakfast.
用意されたものは食べるわ。当然の礼儀でしょ、それって。
Well, as long as you're okay with it, then let's see. I'm sorry I made you get everything ready, Sakura.
いいえ、これが私の仕事ですから気にしないでください。じゃあ私もいただきますね。まったくいい身分だこと。後輩に朝食作らせるなんてどこの王侯貴族なんだか。まあそれはおいおい問い詰めるとしていただきます。
The three of us bow politely and begin breakfast. Damn, nobody's talking. I guess the mood isn't that tense. Our breakfasts are usually pretty light on conversation. Sakura and I aren't really all that talkative, so it's no shock meals are so quiet. Why does this breakfast feel so chaotic every day? Wait a minute. I get another nagging thought.
先輩、お魚の味付け濃かったですか？
That's not it. But I just have this bad feeling like I'm forgetting something. What could it be? I try to convince myself that's probably not important since I can't remember, but I feel like that's a terrible mistake. I'm gripped by the sense of dread, like I'm ignoring a fatal disease or something. Oh, I bet it's not a big deal. I try to just shove the thoughts from my mind as I go back to eating. Just then, a tiger rises from the deep. Fujini comes bursting in. I forgot. How could I have forgotten this? I guess I just tried to forget my problems rather than deal with them. Fujini situates herself in her normal spot. The two greet her in unison.
はい、どうぞ先生。大したものではありませんけど、召し上がってください。
Sakura hands her a rice bowl with her usual smile. Fujini takes the bowl and tilts her head in confusion. She senses something strange, but doesn't know exactly what exactly it is. Fujini quietly chews her food. After finishing a whole bowl of rice, she leans over to whisper in my ear.
ねえシロどうして遠坂さんがいるの
She's going to stay here for a while starting today. I stick to the facts.
あ、そうなの遠坂さんも変わったことするのね
I get mommy to record my Switch. I will be playing that, but not now. Yeah, she's a strange one. The way she is at school, she's like a wolf in cheap clothing.
そっか今日からここに下宿するのか
Fujini seems to accept this and takes a big gulp of her miso soup. Took her a while. The table suddenly flips. Okay, the first thing that popped into my head as soon as I read that was the fucking Roblox thing. There's like an emote in Roblox that if you used it, spawned a table and you just threw it at people. Luckily, Sakura's sitting out of the path of the flying food while Chisaka had already moved away, apparently predicting what was about to happen. So I'm the only one who ended up splattered. Yeah, that's not, what the hell? Didn't you realize that there's hot miso soup, piping hot rice, and squirting meatballs in a pot? You'd burn me if you spilled those on me. Hey, why are we having food from a hot pot?
うるさい！あんたこそ何考えてるのよ、シロ！同い年の女の子を下宿させるなんてどこのラブコメだい！私はそんなタチの悪い冗談じゃ笑ってやらないんだから！
Sorry if my rant cut out a bit. I did press my mute button. Oopsie. I wasn't trying to make it. I'm really saying I'm actually getting burned here. Sakura, give me a towel.
はい。冷やしたタオルでしたら用意しておきました、先輩。
Her peaceful serenity in this situation is fucking hilarious. Thanks. Oh, I found a chicken meatball masher. It's freaking hot.
タオルは後。そんなことより申し開きしなさい、シロ。あんた本気でそんなこと言ってるの？
Of course not. You know I don't like to get around about these things, right? Anyway, it sucks staying here. Complain all you want, but it's already been decided, so there's not much point.
そんなの大却下！何のつもりか知らないけど、ダメに決まってるでしょ。同い年の女の子と一緒に暮らすなんて、そんなのお姉ちゃん許しません。
Ah, Prince Andrew has been arrested. Fun. Fujini roars. Well, that went about how I expected. Fujini is my guy. He's also a school teacher. I don't think I'm getting out of this situation. 100 wax from a wood sword, even 100 cuts from a real one. Fucking list wheel. Wheel one. Unfortunately, I have to find a way to live with this. Can you just let this go? I'm not going to do anything wrong. Sak and I are in any kind of relationship since we kind of ended up in this situation for accident. I'm really letting her use one of the rooms here for now.
うるさーい！ダメなものはダメなの！私は下宿なんて許しません。遠坂さんの事情は知らないけど、ちゃっちゃと帰ってもらいなさい。
She's not even willing to listen. This is bad. I guess she's not as easily convinced as I thought.
先生、下宿は許しませんとおっしゃいますけど、私はすでに一泊してしまったのですが。
Saka's so casual about how she. Oh, that's a forgetting quotation mark. About how she puts it. Her words seem to be like cold water dumped over Fujini's head.
ですから、昨日止めさせていただいたんです。いえ、正確には土曜の夜からお邪魔していますから2泊でした。今は別棟の客間を借りて荷物も運んであります。どうでしょう先生、客観的に見て私はもう下宿している状況なのですが。
The color drains from Fujini's face.
シロ、あんたなんてことするのよ。こんなことキリツグさんが知ったらどうなるか分かってるの
What do you thought? My old man would have definitely been happy about it. Something about a man's worth or whatever.
同感。キリツグさん、女の子にはとことん甘い人だったからな。そっか。それが遺伝してるんでしょ、シローのバカ！
Oh, cool. Fujini grabs my collar and shakes me. Well, my old man did always teach me to protect me. I'm not chivalrous as my old man was. You're not? What? Even so.
何？助け舟出してほしいの
Guys have it pretty tough though because of my chivalrous upbringing. I do have to keep them in my cold areas. Venus. I can't get out of this myself. I need to sew my tongue here. I nod into Saka's direction while Fujini shakes me.
オッケー。それじゃあサクッと解決しますか。藤村先生、 エミヤ君を振っても出るのは悲鳴だけですから、そのあたりでやめてあげてください。それに下手をすると朝ごはんまで出てきかねません。
何よ遠坂さん、そんな真面目な顔したって怖くないんだから。教師として、何より四郎の教育係として遠坂さんの下宿は認めません。
Former South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol has been sentenced to life in prison for insurrection. That's nice. Fujini takes her hands off of me and turns towards Sasaki. It must have been her feral instincts kicking in. She must have thought Sasaki would pounce on her if she kept her full attention on me.
それはなぜでしょうか。うちの学校には下宿している生徒も少なくありません。生徒の自主性を伸ばすのが我が校の方針ではありませんでしたか。
何よ、難しいこと言ったってダメなんだから。大体ですね、こんなところに下宿したって自主性なんて芽生えません。ご飯は勝手に出てくる、いつも綺麗、お風呂は勝手に沸いてるっていう夢のようなお家なんだから。こんなところに居候してたら堕落しきっちゃうわよ遠坂さん。
Fujini. That hardly seems appropriate coming from a teacher.
それにね、原則として下宿していい生徒は家が遠い生徒だけよ。遠坂さんのお家、確かにここより遠いけど登校できない場所じゃないでしょう。さくらちゃんだってあっちから通ってるんだから、下宿する必要なんてありません。
それが今うちは全面的な改装を行っているんです。古い建物ですからそこかしこにガタが来てしまっていて、改装が終わるまではホテルで暮らそうと考えていたのですが、偶然通りかかったエミヤ君に相談したところ、それはお金がもったいないからうちを使えばいいと言ってくれたんです。
それは確かに素人っぽい発言ね。
はい、あまり面識のないエミヤ君からの提案には驚いたのですが、確かにホテル暮らしなんてもったいないし、何より学生らしくありません。それなら学友であるエミヤ君のお家にご厄介になった方が勉強になると思ったのです。
Fujini groans. Tasaki's answer and manner isn't her textbook. There's no room for Fujini to teach her that she is to object.
話はわかりました。けどそれでも問題はあるでしょ。遠坂さんと四郎は女の子と男の子なんだから、一つ屋根の下で暮らすというのはどうかと思うわ。
どうかとはどんなことでしょうか先生。
だからね、遠坂さん美人だし、四郎もなんだかんだって男の子だし、間違いがあったら嫌だなって。
何も間違いはありません。私の部屋は別棟の隅、エミヤ君の部屋は蔵の近くにある和室です。距離にしてみれば20メートル以上離れているじゃないですか。ここまで離れていれば何も問題はないと思いますが。
別棟には鍵もかかるし、違う家みたいなものだけど。
でしょ。それとも藤村先生はエミヤ君を信用していないとでも。先ほど先生はエミヤ君の教育係だとおっしゃいました。ならエミヤ君がどのような性格かは私より藤村先生の方がご存知だと思います。彼がそのような間違いを犯すというのでしたら、私も下宿先には選びませんが。
シロはちゃんとしてるもん。絶対女の子を泣かせるような子じゃないんだから。
なら安心でしょ。私もエミヤくんを信用していますから。ここなら。
Fujini starts losing steam. Check and mate to Tasaka. There are a few things Fujini could have responded to, but I'm sure Tasaka would have had no trouble her talking her way out of them. Anyway, it looks like Tasaka's officially gained citizenship in this house. And then breakfast ends. I was expecting Fujini gave up after Sasaki talked her down. In the end, we agreed to keep our living arrangements a secret at school, while Fujini would supervise us at homes. With that decided, Fujini got really excited knowing that there were going to be more people in the house, so she left for school in a good mood. Oh god, I actually have to play through school, but I don't think so. After breakfast then, I called out to say before I leave for school. Saber, calm as always says.
学校ではリンの指示に従うように。危険が迫った時は私を必要としてください。それでマスターの異常は感じ取れますから。
She returns to her room. It's time to go to school.
それじゃあ行きましょうか。この辺りの道は不慣れなんだから、学校までの近道ぐらい教えてよね。
Sakura is in her school uniform standing next to me. My image of her as an honor student is fading, but she still makes me nervous when I see her in that uniform. Just going to school with the prettiest girl is nerve-wracking enough, but on top of that...
先輩、戸締まりできました。
Sakura's coming with me too. Sakura typically goes to school with Fujini because she's a member of the Kyudo club. I think Kyudo. Yeah, Kyudo. Okay. So the way I'm pronouncing it is Kyudo, which I'm taking because there's something called the Toho Project, which is spelled with two U's on top behind the two O's, which is pronounced the exact same way as Toho, the film studio behind Godzilla. So I'm gonna guess it's. So I'm basically running off that logic and saying, well, it's probably Kyudo. So I'm gonna go with Kyudo. But this morning, Sakura stayed put in the living room, helped clean up after breakfast, and waited for me to go to school.
何？さくらに鍵持たせてるの？シロってば。
I did. Sakura's never done anything bad. She's been a big help to me all this time. So with all that in mind, I can't give you a spare key, but that won't bother you, right?
それは構わないけど、どういう意味よそれ。
You do bad stuff. You probably don't even need a key anyway. I'm not foolish enough to make something so unnecessary.
はあ、そうですか。ええ、シロの言う通り、これっぽっちもいらないわよ、そんなもの。
Tasaka turns her head, huffing. What's wrong, Sakura? If you're done locking up, let's go. We got Tasaka this morning, so I wanted to get to school as early as possible.
はい、そうですね。先輩がそう言うのなら、そうします。
Sakura's reply is pretty unenthusiastic and she trails behind us. This isn't good. Sakura seemed down ever since Tasaka convinced Fujini to back off. Fujini might have consented, but I have a feeling Sakura isn't convinced. I probably need to talk to her. Yeah, I should find a way to give these two time to get along and be friends. The sloped road is packed with students. It's a 7:30, which is the busiest time for students getting to school. Among the flock of students, I stand out and I can feel everyone stare since I'm in pretty famous company. Maybe she forgot something, but Saka's been quiet the entire time. What's wrong, Saka? You've been acting weird ever since we reached the hill.
やっぱり変？今朝の私。
No, you're not odd, but your behavior is.
先輩、その説明は矛盾してます。遠坂先輩が聞いているのはそういうことじゃないと思いますけど。
What was
ですから遠坂先輩は周りから見られているからどこか自分の姿がおかしいのではと思ってるんですよね。そうだけどやっぱりさくらから見ても変？おかしいな。今朝は眠いながらもちゃんとブローしたし制服だってシワ一つないと思うんだけど、やっぱり慣れない家で寝たもんだから目にクマでもできてるってわけ？
What are you yelling at me for? It's not my fault if you couldn't sleep, and if that's why you've got bags under your eyes, it's no big deal. Just forget about it. I've had those for years.
女ってのは生まれた時から自分の身だしなみを気にするものなの。
I've had bags under my eyes for years. I mean, to be fair, I'm just kind of a poor sleeper, so.
もう今まで外見だけは完璧でいいよって繕ってきたのに、それも今日でおしまいってことかしらね。
Again, why are you yelling at me? I don't know what's going on, Sakura, but it's definitely not my fault. Take your frustration on someone or something else.
違いますよ、遠坂先輩。先輩は今日も綺麗です。
It's not where Sakura.
みんなが遠坂先輩を見ているのは、私たちと一緒だからです。先輩、今まで誰かと投稿したことなんてなかったから。 何？その程度のことでこんな扱い受けるわけ？侮れないわね。10年も通ってれば学校なんてマスターしたつもりでいたけど、謎はまだ残ってたわけか。
Saka ponders this seriously. Hold on, what kind of person ignores someone telling them their eyes beautiful is always, get it too. So of course people will notice if you come to school with someone, especially if that person is a guy.
けど遠坂先輩、そういうの気にしない人なんです。だから今まで浮いた話一つなかったんですよ。
That's good to know. It means there's only been one victim who was taken by her appearance and suffered the consequences. I was that part to Sakura as we walk a bit behind Tasaka, who still looks puzzled. We walk through the school gate. Don't worry, this is almost done. While we walk through the school gate stairs, following us the whole way. I only need to endure the stairs a little longer, since we will at all separate once we get into the school building. I would like to point out that I thought about turning. I don't know if there's an accessibility setting for this. Hang on, let me look. Control. It's not it. It's config. I think it is. I don't know if there is one for these. Yep. Yeah. Text shadow. Stop voices when texting. Anyway. No, there isn't, but, and I didn't know this at the time when I came up with the idea, I was gonna put on the, like, an auto, like, an accessibility setting to read the flavor text. But the problem with that is it would literally remove every incentive for me to actually play the game. So, I only need to endure the stairs a little longer since we will all separate once we get into the school building.
朝から頭痛いのがやってきちゃってまあ。
Saka mutters to herself as we head towards campus. Following Saka's gaze, I see a familiar face pushing his way through the crowd of students. Oh, it's this fuck. Sakura shivers at the sight of him. Shinji acts like he doesn't see us. Instead, he makes a beeline for Sakura and says, I have a feeling I'm gonna immediately hate whatever the fuck comes out of his mouth because...
どうして道場に来ないんだお前僕に断りもなく休むなんて何様なわけ
Alright. Oh, Jesus. Shinji raised his hand. Sorry, there's a pain in my... There's now a pain in my gut, instinctively. Dear Shinji, working hard first thing in the morning, huh? I grab his hand and greet him.
エミヤお前そうかまたエミヤの家に行ってたのかさくら
先輩のところにお手伝いに行っていましたけどそれは
後輩としての義務だってまったく泥臭いなお前は勝手に怪我したやつなんて構うことないだろいいからお前は僕の言う通りにしてればいいんだよ
I fucking hate this man. I want to murder him with bomb. Shinji huffs as he lowers his head. Huffs! I have no reason to hold on to his hand as he's not going to hit Sakura, so I let go.
しかしなんだねそこまでうちの邪魔して楽しいわけエミヤさくらは弓道部の部員なんだからさ無理やり朝練をサボらせるような真似しないでくれないかな
I don't have a response to that. Having Sakura come to my place to make breakfast doesn't hold her up in the mornings.
そんなことありません私は好きで先輩のお手伝いをしているだけです兄さん今のは言い過ぎなんじゃないですか
言い過ぎだってそれはお前の方だよさくらエミヤが一人住まいだからなんだって言うんだ別に一人でいいって言うんだからさ一人にしてやればいいんだよエミヤみたいなのはそっちの方が居心地がいいんだからさ
Oh, sorry. This man...
やだ今のはひどいよ
This man is just fucking absolute... This man makes me not want to play this game. Also, I have to leave in like 10-ish minutes, so I am probably going...
まあいい今日でエミヤの家に行くのはやめろよさくら僕が来いって言ったのに部活に来なかったんだそのくらいの罰は受ける覚悟があったんだろ
Sakura gasps and freezes. Shinji tries to grab Sakura and pull her away, but the instant he does.
おはようマトウ君。黙って聞いていたんだけど、なかなか面白い話だったわ今の。
え？遠坂、お前なんでさくらといるんだよ。
別に意外でも何でもないでしょう。さくらさんはエミヤ君と知り合い、私はエミヤ君と知り合いだから今朝は3人で一緒に登校してきたんだけど、気づかなかった？
エミヤと知り合い？
ええ、きっとこれからも一緒に学校に来て一緒に下校するぐらいの知り合いだから、さくらさんとも付き合っていこうかなって思ってるわ。
エミヤとだって。
Shinji glares at me. It might be in my imagination, but I feel murderous intent from him that goes way beyond just animosity. And while I haven't really been getting along with Shinji lately, I don't remember doing anything that would make him resent me anywhere near this much.
そんなバカな。冗談がきついな、遠坂は。君がエミヤなんかと付き合うわけないじゃないか。ああ、そうか。君、勘違いしてるんだろう。そりゃ確かに、ちょっと前までエミヤとは友達だったけど、今は違うんだ。もうエミヤと僕は無関係だから、あまりメリットはないんだぜ。
そうなの？よかった。それを聞いて安心したわ。あなたのことなんてちっとも興味がなかったから。
Well, I feel bad for Shinji. If I weren't to shoot Sasuke's words would have been dramatic enough, I probably wouldn't recover for a good while.
お前
I can hear people in Roller Coaster Tycoon playing in my head while the people are walking around.
それとマトウ君、さっきの話だけど、弓道部の朝練は自主参加のはずよ。欠席の許可が必要だなんて話は聞いてないわ。そんな規則、私はもちろん綾子や藤村先生も聞いてないでしょうね。
うるさいな。兄貴が妹に何をしようが勝手だろう。いちいち人の家の事情に首を突っ込むな。
それは同感ね。だからあなたもエミヤ君の家のことをあれこれ言うのは筋違いじゃない？まったく、こんな朝から校庭で騒がしいわよ、マトウ君。
Shinji retreats a step, still glaring at Sakura and me in the process.
わかった。今朝の件は許してやる。けどさくら、次はないからな。今度何かあったら、その時は自分の立場ってやつをよく思い知らせてやる。
Oh. Shinji heads towards the skill building after making his big pronouncement. He's turned tail and run after Tosaki gave him such a dressing down. Yeah, she does that regularly.
兄さんがその失礼なことを言ってしまって。
Sakura's apologizing not just to me, but to Saka as well.
朝からいい運動になったわ。頭のギアがスパッと上がったし、ようやく調子が出てきたもの。口喧嘩好きなのよね、私。それに謝るのは私の方だし、ちょっとやりすぎだったわよね、今の。あいつだって立場があるんだし、ほら、みんなの前でああいうのってしちゃダメだって言うじゃない？マトウ君が落ち込んでたら後でフォローしてあげて。これに懲りずにまた突っかかってきてもいいって。はい、兄さんが懲りていなければまたお相手をしてあげてください、先輩。
Relieved, Sakura smiles cheerfully. Sasaki seems suddenly bashful and looks away.
先輩もできれば怒らないであげてください。
I'm fucking furious at this man.
先輩しか友達いないから。
This is unacceptable behavior. I know, it's probably impossible for me not to get mad, but I've known Shinji's like that since forever. There might be a few reasons why. I can see us getting close to get at some point, so I'll take baby steps with him.
よろしくお願いします、先輩。
Sakura quickly bows. Yeah, the only thing I get really mad at Shinji about is the way he treats his sister like crap. Alright, I'm taking this opportunity now to end the video, because I do have to, go leave for work. That being said, I will see you all next time. Alright? Goodbye.